All right. We're back.
Right, hopefully we didn't lose everybody.
Were you trying to log into our account?
Yeah.
Did you see the text I was sending you with the codes?
I did, but so the problem was that I first tried to sign in using my username. Culture's just back.
All right. Yeah,
that was doozy.
Yeah, so it's apparently the power switch, not the computer, or the power strip.
Okay.
So we need to get a new one, but for some reason it starts beeping like that. And so it was beeping like that while I was working today, and Argus left, which he never leaves, but he was gone when I needed him. So I just restarted the computer and everything was fine. But the beeping did stop eventually, so I thought maybe it would stop eventually again. But it's all right.
I guess it's time to get a new surge protector / battery backup.
Yeah.
Well, so first I tried to sign in using the rice pudding username, but then I couldn't remember my password. So I was like, huh. So then I tried logging in with the Twinning with Rice and Cookie username, and it has the password saved, thankfully. But then it's like, oh, we need to, make sure it's you.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, darn, but it's not hooked up to my phone. It's hooked up to Cookie's.
I know. So then I kept getting the codes, and then I texted it to Rice.
No, so then you got the code, but I didn't know you got the code, and I didn't know you would send it to me. So then I tried logging back in with the rice pudding one, and then it didn't work. So, and then I tried the Twinning one again, and I thought I could use the same code, but I couldn't. Just a big mess.
Mm-hmm. That's all
good.
right.
We're up and running. Hopefully people see that we're on, but if not,
that's all right. Well. Yeah.
We try.
Yeah, but at least we got Colchish, so that's all we need.
Yeah, Colchish, how has this week been for you? Besides Monsters, Inc. It is a good movie, though. Who's your favorite character in Monsters, Inc., Cookie?
I really like Mike Wazowski. Yeah.
Good choice.
That's what I'm gonna say. I think
I like Sully.
Because, I have finally seen Monsters University. Because there's a long time where I hadn't seen it. And I feel like, just after watching it, it makes me not like Sully. Because, he's kind of a jerk.
Yeah. Yeah. Culture says, too much free time. I don't know what to do with myself. Well, you could find something weird to look into, like kefir or herbs.
Or fabric. I assume most people would not look into fabric, but...
Yeah, and I'm assuming you don't have to do any landscaping, but that's something else I've been looking into. Yeah, it's weird because when
also,
you
could do some artistic thing. I've been doing some watercolor painting.
Yeah,
and Bryce has been doing chalk.
I did it one day. I want to do more, but I think tomorrow's supposed to rain. So maybe Saturday, the day that I'm going to be doing everything else, might as well add one more thing to it.
Yeah. When you and Sue Tiger watch movies, do you guys alternate who picks the movie? How do you guys pick? Because we only just started alternating, but I like this system.
We kind of have a running list of movies we want to watch, both of us. So that's what we usually go to.
Okay.
And I mean, most of them are rom-coms. But I mean, every once in a while I'm like, oh, we could watch this movie or that, some action movie or whatever. That might not necessarily, but maybe I will suggest we do a you pick, I pick system.
Yeah, because I think it's nice. Because I have my list of movies that I've been wanting to watch for ages. Because they're usually movies based on books that I've read or listened to. So this week, we ended up watching Pride and Prejudice, but my other pick was Gone Girl. But since Argus was going to grade during whatever we were watching, he's like, I think I would rather pay attention to Gone Girl. So that's why we watched Pride and Prejudice.
See, the thing is, like, there's a whole bunch of movies that I'm like, I would be up for seeing that, but See You Tiger's like, no. So, because I mean, I'll watch just about. Well, I won't say just about anything because I don't like movies that are like the really dumb humor.
Yeah.
You know? But like I'm fairly open-minded when it comes to most movies, so like See You Tiger doesn't like dramas.
Okay.
But like I would watch a drama.
I like dramas, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe I'll suggest that. Maybe I'll have a Disney Nature one be my first pick.
Yeah.
Make
like
up for
those.
my, my lack of doing anything for Earth Day.
Yeah. I know, I don't think I did anything, which is really a shame because I should do something for Earth Day.
Yeah. You know what, this past week, like before I started looking up the Kiefer stuff, like I was kind of in a funk. I was like, I just want to do nothing. Like,
I've been feeling like that every single day.
I mean, I was just like, I don't know. I was like zoned out. It was weird. I didn't like it. But the Kiefer like brought me back to life.
Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like whenever I have like something that I like want to look up, and if it takes like all night, like it kind of wakes you up, and it's like,
Yeah.
you feel like you have a purpose or something.
Manjaro says, "Oh, WB." Do you know what WB is? I don't either. What is WB?
We don't know any sort of acronyms or, anything like that.
No. Oh, but I was gonna say with my braids.
Yeah.
So my hair is like slightly too short because there's like some hairs that kind of fell out.
Okay.
But it was really not very much difficult than doing one straight down the middle.
Okay.
It takes more time because you're doing two. And you have to do the part down the middle so that, there's a line instead of a squiggly, weird line.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't too bad. I should learn fishtail too, though.
Yeah, because I had started teaching myself.
Oh, it's welcome back. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Welcome back to you too.
So I had started teaching myself fishtail braids over Christmas, and I felt like I was doing like an okay job. But then my goal was like, okay, I'll try to do this every weekend so that I get better. And then I stopped like after my Christmas like vacation was over.
Yeah.
So,
well, I decided that I'm gonna try and braid my hair a little more. But also, I'm changing because like during the work when we were working, Argus says that was a mistake. Rescue loot. Is that
no, I was gonna just heal her so
wrong?
she'll be okay. She'll be okay.
So when we were working, going into the office, because they say you shouldn't wash your hair every day.
Yeah.
So I was washing it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, like roughly. Sometimes I would do it on the weekend. But now, since I don't have to go into the office, this is my first week. I'm trying Monday, Friday. I'm taking Wednesday out. So that's why I braided my hair.
I see. I've been doing...
Bold, right?
I've been doing 2 showers a week. Well, washing hair. I take a shower almost every day. But,
Right.
yeah. So, because I've been washing my hair on Wednesdays and then like either Saturday or Sunday whenever it happens.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm on the Monday, Friday schedule now.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about it.
I will say, like, I don't know, my hair does not, the schedule is not good for my hair, I don't think. I
Do
think
you use dry shampoo?
no, and that's the thing. I told Argus, I'm like, I don't know why I'm not using the dry shampoo because I should be. So I think that's going to solve a lot of my problems.
Because I use it on the days I don't wash my hair.
Yeah, that's smart. I should do that.
Well, I have 2 different kinds, but I've only been using the one from Lush.
Mm-hmm.
Because the other one's a spray and it has like, I don't know, like chemicals in it.
Yeah.
But I probably should use it just to use it up and then get rid of it.
Yeah,
Maybe I should do that. I'll do that tomorrow.
Because, yeah, I only have the Lush kind, and so... And I haven't used it yet, because I'm, like, intimidated by it. Even though I asked the person there, I'm like, how do you use this? Because I don't know. And I don't know, I'm just still intimidated by it.
Well, not that anyone in our stream cares, but... Oh, We Was Kings is here. Wobble Belly. I don't know what Wobble Belly is.
Did you know that that makes me think of the Goonies? So, first of all, have you even seen the Goonies?
I've seen it, I think, once or 1.5 times.
Okay. Well, so they did a, like, reunion show thing.
I feel like this is, like, the year of reunion things.
It is, because, I mean, it's kind of easy to do it because everyone's remote and, like, what else are they doing?
Yeah.
So yeah, they did like a reunion show where they like asked each other questions about like their experiences with doing the Goonies and like other things that they worked on. So we watched that. And then also...
You got tons of level ups for that. Archer just... Yeah. Okay, sorry.
And so then also Parks and Rec did like a reunion show thing. And we watched that one too.
Okay.
Where for that one they actually do it in character, so they're like, you know, pretending that they are who they are in the show.
Argus says that's a promotion item.
Okay, good to know.
But I'm not sure if you have any knights.
Oh, we've got that guy that we never use. He's a knight. That guy right there with the red hair.
Oh, yeah. I'm like, what guy?
Seth, that's his name.
But I was going to tell you how I do my dry shampoo.
Okay.
Not that our viewers care, so I could wait to tell you until after the stream.
Okay. Maybe that's better.
Okay, I'll wait. Well, but then I'll forget, so
okay, yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
So, like, what I do is I take all of my hair and, like, kind of, like, comb it over like this. And I watched a video of how some girl does it. And she, like, sprinkles it directly on her head and brushes it through. But what I do is I put, like, I squirt some into my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And I just kind of, like, sprinkle it on and, like, run my fingers through it. And then, like, you kind of piecemeal your way through your hair.
I see.
Until you're done.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to try it.
Yeah. Argus says, I think it works for the Cavaliers and the Donald character, though.
Okay, good.
This promotion item.
We've been using Donald, so...
Is this our brother? It doesn't look like us.
This is not our brother. This is, I think it's like our brother's guard, but I think he betrayed him, maybe?
No, he was captured.
No, we can't trust him. He's lying right now. I don't trust him.
Yeah. She says he's pale. I thought he looked like he's yellow. Like
he does look yellow.
Yeah. Where is my brother?
Yeah. I mean, maybe this guy is okay. I don't know. I don't trust him still.
What is he coming with? Oh, it's a trap.
It's a trap. I just saw that too.
It's called It's a Trap. Oh, they're even telling us now. Okay.
Yeah.
It's a trap. This way, Princess Irica.
This makes me think of is it in the gosh, what's that movie? Oh my gosh, no one would know this reference besides maybe you. The one there's like the stupid oh my gosh. There's like that bird and Papageno and I I don't know what the movie's called, but Papagena was a stupid bird, and at the end there's a Papagena.
Yeah, Papagena.
But this little bit here is making me think
the magic flute.
The magic flute, yes. Thank you. That's good. That's good. I didn't know.
Yeah, I like the music of that. It was good.
It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Yeah, it was on the same tape as Princess and the Goblin, was it not?
Oh, I think it was, yeah.
Princess and the Goblin was my favorite.
You know, I don't know if I've told you this, but I will bring up the Princess and the Goblin when me and Argus are talking, because like sometimes his toenails just seem so sharp, and I say you've got goblin toes, and so then I showed him the clip that shows like, you know, the goblin's feet with all the nails are all long and gross.
But not the queen, because she's got the
shoes, yeah, that look like Crocs.
Yeah, because we used to always say Crocs were troll shoes. Mm-hmm. Or goblin shoes.
Goblin shoes, yeah.
But I have a pair of Crocs, and I actually wear them during work.
I wear mine too because I still climb the stairs, so I slip them on when I'm gonna go out into the hallway and climb the stairs.
Well, because I do these little workout videos throughout the day. So it's this app I got back at my last job because one of the women in HR, she knew the guy who developed this app. He's a chiropractor, and so these exercises he has you do throughout the day are helping to prevent you from like hunching over at your desk.
Yeah.
So so I've been doing these videos for like a year and a half, maybe. But the thing is, some of the moves, like you're kind of like rocking back and forth between your different legs, like kind of doing like a side lunge, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
But the thing is, when I'm just wearing socks and my floor is hardwood, my feet slide, and then I have to like try not to slide, you know?
Yeah.
And like, it's hard to do that. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wear Crocs during the workday, and then I'll be able to do my exercises. Yeah. And it works out really well.
You know, Rice, totally unrelated.
Wait, I'm just gonna say, if anybody's interested in the app, it's called WellFit Plus. I think the app is. You might also want to look up Everybody Up, like Everybody Up WellFit Plus, and then you'll find it. But you do have to pay for it, which is kind of a bummer. But I think it costs like maybe $30 for the year. And if you're like, well, it's like $3 a month, and you know it's for your health. Like I get enough use out of it that I think it's worth $3 a month. But yeah, I just thought I would do that little plug. In case anyone was interested. I was actually thinking about telling Mom about it.
Okay, yeah. She'd probably enjoy it.
Because with her teaching and stuff, she's always, I mean, now that she's not in the classroom, she's just sitting all day and she's not used to it. She's used to walking around.
Yeah. But you know, Rice, as far as the story is going in this game, so this guy who I said I don't trust him, he pretty much said like, oh, you know, Erica, you should give me your bracelet so I can keep it safe.
Oh, I missed that.
Totally can't trust this guy.
No.
And so luckily Seth has some sense and he's like, oh, we can't trust you. That's pretty much what he's saying. So
I see that.
Just wanted to fill you in on that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure you were in with the plot. The plot does not matter in these games. But just so you know.
You haven't changed a bit, Seth.
Yeah. He's evil.
He's saying that Erica is easily fooled. I don't like that.
I know.
McGlair says I'm back after being gone longer than I thought I would. It took you that long to unload your groceries?
Must have gotten a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been spending a little more, so we're going to try and cut back on our spending a little bit next week.
Okay.
Just groceries-wise, we've been spending more.
Yeah.
But it's like, because I've been getting like chicken and eggs, and I got ground beef at the farmer's market. And we also bought this like family pack thing of quinoa. And like it's this big bag, but it costs $30, so it's like
Yeah, but it'll last a while.
Right. McGlair says, no, I've been really forgetful lately and forgot you were streaming.
That's all right. That happens.
No, that's all right. I was just talking about earlier how I was in a funk earlier this week. So, I get it.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like lately, anyways, there's just so many things I want to like go do things, you know, not necessarily go out and do things, but just like I want to be productive kind of thing. And so I think it's just like totally redoing the bedroom, like with reorganizing the furniture and cleaning. Like right now, whenever I look in there and I see how clean it is, I'm like, oh yeah, that feels great. So I want to clean like this main room.
Okay.
I don't think we'll rearrange it because I don't know how we would rearrange it. But I do want to clean it. I've been saying that for a while now.
Yeah. McGlair says, I've been in a pretty awful funk. I usually get into a funk this time of year, every year. And the quarantine is way, way worse. Yeah, and you know what I think it was for me? Is that, like, we had some really nice weather in March, I think. And, like, maybe a couple days in April. And then earlier this week, it was, like, frost and cold and, like, I don't think it snowed earlier this week.
But it snowed on Friday.
Yeah. And Saturday, I think, a little bit, too. But, yeah, it's just, like, that cold weather, again, just, like, completely shut me down. I was just like, this is just miserable. I'm like, aren't we in spring? But you know what? Next week, it's supposed to be in the 70s.
Wow, I didn't know that.
For at least part of it.
Yeah, I feel like at the very least, I'm glad that this whole coronavirus thing started, like, during the spring. Like,
no,
if it had happened in the middle of winter, like, that would have been horrible.
Yeah, I was just saying that the other day to one of my friends. I'm like, thank goodness this happened now instead of 3 months ago. Or not 3 months, because it did start, like, 2 months ago.
Right.
But, like, you know, back in...
like December
or January. January would have been worse.
Yeah.
Because December, at least you have Christmas. But Christmas would have been changed, so...
yeah.
I don't know. McGlair says, you guys got bamboozled by that polar vortex.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. But luckily, it's, you know, going to be good weather. It's coming up, anyways. But tomorrow's supposed to rain. But yeah, it's getting warmer again, so that's what matters.
Hey, Rice. So, you know that kid that we had picked up who was all, like, weak at the beginning, but I really worked on him so that he was going to be strong? So right now, he can promote to either be a fighter or a pirate. They both wield axes, but the fighter has poor defense and great strength, whereas it just says the pirate is tough and calls the sea their home. Like, that doesn't give us much information.
Argus says, what level is he?
I think he's level 9.
You want to level him up before promoting?
No, but they're, like, forcing him to promote. Maybe I can just press B and, like, get out of it. I think it's forcing me to.
I kind of think the pirate.
I was kind of thinking the pirate, too.
Okay.
But Hannah, I was going to wait and see if Argus was going to say anything that was helpful, but...
good idea. Did you use the item, or did this happen
automatically? This happened automatically. Okay, I guess he's level 10. I don't know. We'll see. All right, well, he'll be a pirate.
Okay.
See, look at him. He's missing... See, he's this little kid, and then now he's like this big buff guy. See, that's the power of promotion.
Wow.
It's just like Pokemon.
Now he's level 1 again?
Well, yeah, but it's like he's promoted, though, but he's level 1, but, like, he'll be a billion times better this time.
Okay.
Yeah.
McGlair says, missing Thanksgiving and Christmas is so demoralizing to me.
Well, we don't know for sure we're going to miss Thanksgiving and Christmas, and they're still going to happen. You're just not going to be able to celebrate with people in person.
McGlair's, you were hospitalized?
Oh.
Yeah, McGlair's was hospitalized over Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas a few years ago.
That sounds
That sounds so terrible.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. So I think, yeah, for us having this happen now is preferable to either like Thanksgiving, Christmas. Yeah, I think like dead of winter also would have been bad. So
Yeah.
I think this is, yeah, one of the better times to have this
Well,
happen.
yeah, you especially know because there's like no holidays between New Year's and Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. Well, we had President's Day.
Well, yeah, I mean, like state jobs
But
and like
most
banks
people
and
don't.
stuff are different, but I mean, at least you're not missing like a major holiday. I mean, Easter,
Yeah.
I guess, but
McLaris thinks January would be fine. I don't think so. I mean, not up here, anyways. Like maybe if we were somewhere warmer, it would be okay. But no, not up in the snow and the cold. Because
yeah,
I mean, we're not skiers or anything, but you know, so it's not like we wouldn't. Because I'm sure ski places would be closed.
yeah.
But I mean, I guess you could still snowshoe. But this winter was so warm that like
I know I never got a
even
chance to snowshoe.
Yeah. So, yeah, there is just, yeah, I think this is probably the better time for it to happen. Naylor says most people stay inside during the winter. Well, it's true, but I mean, I always get cabin fever in the winter, but part of the thing about a normal winter is that you can actually go into a physical work office or, you know, like actually meet up with people. I don't know. It's just, I mean, there's something I was gonna mention. Can't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. That's too bad.
Yeah,
just going crazy.
I will say, I think for me, what has helped a lot with this whole situation is going on walks. And
yeah,
I feel like I sound like a broken record, but I go on. Oh, I mean, well, so Rice goes on like 3 walks a day or something because she walks her dog.
Well, 3 when the weather is nice, but 2 when it's not.
Yeah, but I've been going on walks just twice a week, like once during the week, then once on the weekends, and I just think it's nice. And I try to pick like a destination I'm going to, like whether it's a shop or like maybe I'm gonna walk around, like a lap around the park or something.
Well, but see, the difference is your walks are really long.
Well, no, I did a short walk today. I told Argus because my walks were long beforehand is kind of like a way to help train for the hike I was gonna do in Japan. And since I'm not going to Japan anymore, now I'm starting shorter walks beginning today. So I only walked maybe like a mile to a mile and a half.
Okay. Yeah, because our walks are usually like 20 minutes. And sometimes our dog like wants to just smell, like this morning she wanted to smell everything. And I'm like, Ripley, do we have to smell everything? And I switched her collar out because I told you we're trying to train her to not be so excited by other dogs and stuff.
Yeah.
So they say that like to do that you should use the buckle collar because we were using the choker. But because the choker makes her, you know, walk more our speed. But with the buckle collar, she just wants to smell everything and she pulls a little more. But it's better for her brain to let her smell things.
Yeah.
So we're doing that. And Maglarius would much prefer January, February, and March quarantine over March, April, May, June because of worse weather.
Yeah, I see that logic.
Yeah, I could see that too. And We Was Kings has a sad face. I'm not sure what the sad face is. Oh, sad for Cookie's trip being canceled.
Maybe.
I think that's pretty sad.
It is.
Because my trip was also canceled. But that's all right. My Lair says it's really hard for me to walk for half a block with my disability. I usually did that inside where I can at least sit down when necessary. Oh, I didn't know. Do you have, is it like a leg issue? And Zapper's got a hype elephant. And Adesso has a hype elephant with a sombrero?
That's what it looks like.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hey, Pipe. Do we have enough time to do another battle?
I don't know, but I'm at least... Because I think we can just start it and then save. Because we're not going to be able to finish it.
Oh, can we save?
Yeah, we can save.
Okay. Oh, McGlare says permanent nerve damage in his leg. Oh, that sucks. But, I mean, at least, you know, you can still walk a bit. McGlares, do you have, do you have a cane or a wheelchair? I always thought canes were kind of cool, but maybe I'm just weird.
No, ever since I saw the third Batman movie, like the Christopher Nolan one, in the third one, Batman has a cane, and I was like, a cane has never looked so cool. Don't know.
Marie's now following. Thanks for following.
Thank you.
McLaren said that they told me initially they were amputating my leg, so nerve damage is a big win. I have a cane. All right, nice.
All right.
Yeah, I always think it's amazing when you see videos, because I've never seen in person. Marie says, thanks, trying to encourage you. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate all the followers we've got. Yeah, McGlaris, I'm always very impressed by like people who do like participate in the Special Olympics, like the people who do have the amputated legs. Like I remember watching some video of like a swimmer who maybe had both legs cut off. Did you see this, Cookie? I feel like I saw it when we were in high school.
I mean, maybe I saw it. I don't know.
But like, I mean, people are just so resilient. I think it's amazing. McGlaris has a 38-inch American red oak cane with a horse saddle top. I think I actually know what you're talking about. With the,
okay,
the
yeah.
American red oak. You know, there was one point, so I don't usually get headaches or migraines, but when I was studying abroad, I had gotten a migraine, and I think they call it the aurora or something, or aura something. But basically, like, I was seeing colors. Like, I was really afraid because I'm like, what is going on? So I thought I was losing my vision, and I thought I was going to be blind. And I was thinking about how I would have to learn how to read Braille, and how I would have one of the walking sticks. And then I was like, well, I definitely want a seeing eye dog, like, for sure. And then I started crying because I was thinking about all of the seeing eye dogs that I would outlive, because, you know, like, dogs only live 12 years or so. And I'm like, my life, I'm just going to keep outliving these dogs, and I'll keep getting attached to all of them. And I was just really...
really sad.
Yeah, I was really sad. And then I took a nap, and then my vision was normal, and I was like, oh, there we go. But yeah, it's just amazing how, like, you know, how fast your brain can just, like, jump to different scenarios and, like, how you're gonna deal with something.
Mm-hmm.
Dustin says, have you ever had a near-death experience?
Well, we have already established before, I don't think we've ever said on stream, but if this were, like, back in the old days, like, without medicine and stuff, me and Rice would both be dead.
Yep. Most likely.
Huh?
I said most likely.
Yeah,
my
most
appendix
likely.
didn't burst.
Yeah.
But it was infected.
Yeah. So Rice almost had her appendix burst. And then I had, like, when I was 4 years old, I had a fever of, like, 107 degrees. And so, like, you know, I was fine. Like, they took me to the hospital, and, like, they...
You weren't fine.
Well, no, I was, like... All I remember about the whole experience is we were at my aunt's house, and I was sitting on the couch watching a movie. I was, like, under a pile of blankets. I just remember having to go to the bathroom so bad, but I was like, but it's so cold out there. And so that's all I remember.
Yeah.
You know, I think we might have to, like, automatically restart this battle. She's not going to survive. This was all a huge mistake. I was going too bold.
Okay. McLaren says it's pretty crazy. Doctors told me I wouldn't be able to move the foot in the upwards direction or feel it again. I can sometimes move my toes up and sometimes can feel sensations through the legs. So hopefully it continues to regrow. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then he says, when I try to lift my toes up in my shoes, I definitely feel like it's moving up. So I try to keep moving those toes all the time. Good.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, I think, like, and you hear stories about how, like, someone's been in a wheelchair for so many years, but then they, like, you know, but then they're able to suddenly walk again. Like,
yeah,
I
she's
just
dead.
love hearing stories like that. Oh, we can't have that.
No. So I know we had said, like, we're not going to become obsessive with this round, and, like, we had said, oh, if someone dies, that's fine. I take it back. It's not fine. We can't let her die.
No, we can't.
So, okay, we'll restart this.
And McLaren says, that being said, if I look at the toes while lifting them, they definitely do not move. Well, that's all right. You know, just keep working on it, and then, you know.
I don't know.
Then
We're
we'll
having
get
some
around
weird
to it.
sound things. Do you
I
hear the
hear it
weird
too.
sound things? Okay. Sorry, because I restarted, you know, like, there's some shortcut I can do.
It stopped.
Well, yeah, because we restarted the game. Or
Okay.
the
the game.
system. Because, yeah, I tried restarting it from here with, like, a fancy shortcut thing, and that's when the sound started.
So are you going to try, like, a different tactic this time?
Oh, yeah. I mean, so I haven't really been setting up the troops. Like, I haven't done, like, a starting lineup. Why? Just off and on? Okay. So, yeah. It's okay. I have a plan. This will be better this time. Yeah.
Okay. And actually, when I was studying abroad, in one of my classes, there was a guy who had, I don't know if it was his entire leg, or if it, actually, I think it might have just been the calf down. He had, like, a prosthetic limb. But yeah, it was pretty cool, I thought.
Okay. So see, we can change our formation, which I've been totally ignoring this feature.
I see.
So that will help. We can put the strong people out front so that they can, you know,
Our
you
new
can do some heavy
pirate.
lifting.
Arr.
Yeah.
And McLaren says that he has a prosthetic device to assist with walking.
Okay.
All right. Goes from my knees to my toes.
Okay.
So how does it work? Does it have any kind of, like, wiring, or is it just, like, just goes on? My knowledge of these things is very minimal.
Oh no, not there.
Why not there?
Well, because so if she attacks here,
Mm-hmm.
so that guy can hit her back and do 8 damage.
I see.
But from here, he can't attack back.
Okay. McLaren says, essentially, it's a plastic shell that goes around my foot to support it in the proper walking way. Okay, so it's just, like, extra support.
Yeah.
All right, that makes sense. Wow, look at all that experience.
I know, yeah.
So much experience.
Gotta help out the little people.
That's right.
Which maybe I spend too much time working on the little people, but it's one of those things where, like, you don't know someone's full potential unless you've given them a fair chance.
Right.
So that's why, because there was one fighter in 7th game, and it was like the white magic user person. Like, not healing, but like white magic to like attack. And so Argus never used that person and just assumes that they were weak. But I was like, no, they're like really good. So you don't want to underestimate any of these people.
Yeah. And McGlare said they molded his foot, calf, and ankle, and then they set it in a durable plastic. Shipped on my calf with Velcro.
Wow.
What?
That's crazy.
That's cool. Nice. Argus says, does it get uncomfortable after a while? Hopefully the molding helps.
Yeah.
Yes, used to only be able to wear it for 30 minutes or so. So what are you up to now with your tolerance of it? Yeah, I know in the Lunar Chronicles, Cinder, she's a cyborg and she has a couple of prosthetic limbs, but I mean, it's science fiction movie or TV show. Not TV show.
It's a book.
Book series. So, you know, of course, everything just magically works.
Yeah.
McLaren says all day from 8 a.m. until midnight. Wow.
Wow.
Cool. Yeah, that's a big improvement from the 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Your screen went black. Oh, never mind. Maybe it was just me.
Okay. Now, I have to say, Irika doesn't have her, like, really good sword anymore that can, like, go through armor. It's all gone. So that's very sad. I just wanted to give you that
her
update.
rapier?
Yeah,
is that what
it's
it was?
gone. Yeah, it was the rapier.
If I do it that long, the next day I can't wear it that long. Usually it's about 16 hours or so. Okay.
Yeah.
So can you walk, walk better with that so like, say you were to walk, like what we said earlier, like a block or so. So does the leg help a lot with that?
Prince Ephraim, our twin brother, he's joining the fight.
Oh, from his cell?
No, because he wasn't locked up anymore. He had already escaped. Remember we did that battle with him?
Oh. I guess.
Okay. That's alright. I'm getting the gist of the story, and then you get, like, only the highlights. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's kind of lame that Ephraim's the only one that doesn't have a horse.
Yeah.
Not right.
And Blossom says, Fire Emblem has a story?
Yeah, I know. No one cares about the story, but I'm trying to at least get the gist of it. We know the sacred stones are important.
McLaren says he can't walk much more than 10 feet without the device at all. Okay. Alright, well, that's good you've got the device then.
Mm-hmm.
And that you've gotten so much more accustomed to it compared to the beginning.
Yeah.
Blossom says stones of the sacred variety.
Mm-hmm. They're important. That's the gist.
Yeah, they are. The worst aspect of the device is having to put the device on in the middle of the night, racing against the P clock. Yeah, I would imagine. I feel like I wake up almost every night in the middle of the night.
Do you really?
Yeah, I do. And I don't know if it's just because I drink too much water during the day, but yeah, almost every night I'm up.
Yeah, that doesn't happen to me, but like for me it's always in the morning. Like I have to, like usually I get up and it's like, okay, I have to go to the bathroom like pretty bad. Argus I feel like just lays in bed for like an hour. Like after he's awake, he just kind of lays there. I'm like, how do you even do that?
Argus says Peacock doesn't mess around. Yeah, yeah, maybe I should just stop drinking so much water. I don't know.
No,
I feel like I
water
don't
is
drink
good for you.
And I feel like I don't drink excessive amounts, so I don't know why this happens, but it does.
Yeah.
McLaris never had an issue pre-issue ever since. P-issue? Never had...
Yeah, probably.
Oh, ever. Since the injury, I've lost the race more times than I'd like to admit. Oh, pre-injury. Gotcha. Yeah. I could see that happening.
Yeah.
So what was the injury, if you don't mind me asking? Was it a car crash or something like that? There are so many crazy drivers out now. Like, I swear, since this whole thing has started, people are driving so much more aggressively.
I have not noticed that. You're saying that from like a pedestrian perspective?
No, from a driver perspective. I went out in the field yesterday for work. So I was driving. McLaren said I slipped and dislocated my knee in my basement. Super lame injury. Oh, that sounds so terrible, though. Oh my gosh. Was there like a puddle on the ground? That sucks.
Yeah.
I didn't know like a knee dislocation could mess up your nerves so bad.
Yeah.
Completely tore the knee out of the socket and I tried to get up on it. Oh, that sounds painful. Yeah, ugh. How long ago was that? Was that years ago or was it more recent? Zapper says, I have to go and I wake up too. Maybe it's an old age thing.
Zapper, you're not that old.
Well, we're getting old.
Not old, we're getting older.
Older. Yeah.
We're not that old.
Yeah. I think me getting up in the middle of the night might be an age thing.
That could be an age thing.
So what? See, Tiger says it's a well-rested thing. I don't know. Mailer says there's a nerve that runs through your knee. If you dislocate it in that manner, 90% of people have, 90% of people have permanent nerve damage through the area.
Wow.
You know by week 3 if it's probably permanent or not. Wow.
Yikes.
Yeah, I did not know that. I should be careful with these knees.
Yes, you should.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I think about like when I did that triathlon last year in Ithaca.
Yeah.
That bike ride, I was going so fast down the hill.
And you think what if I fell?
Yeah.
I know, I think that's why whenever I do go bike riding and I do go fast, I think about that all the time and I get so scared. Same thing with skiing and snowboarding. That's why I don't like doing it, because I overthink it, and then just thinking oh, something could happen, then it makes it happen, and then
yeah,
it's not a huge deal when because when I ski I go so slow.
Following. Thanks, Hayden.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry, you go slow?
Yeah, I go slow so that if I do fall, it's not a big deal. But with biking, sometimes if you make yourself go slow when you're going downhill, it's well, then you're gonna have to work so much harder when you're going up later. Maybe you're going down a slope that goes up a hill. It's well, if you go faster down here, then that's less work you gotta do when you're going back up.
Right.
So I don't know. It's a struggle.
Yeah, and Blossom says to McLaren's comments with the week 3 permanent or not, says, I guess that's good. There's not any suspense to it. McLaren said they had to screw my knee straight and I couldn't bend it for 10 weeks or so. Oh my gosh, that is so long. 10 weeks? That's like as
That's a
long as
long
this
time to be
quarantine.
bedridden,
Longer than this
too.
quarantine.
Yeah.
Wow. And Argus is asking about the physical therapy. Couldn't walk, couldn't put any weight on it. Was bedridden from October 17th until January 3rd. Of this year? Or this past year? Because that is pretty recent.
Yeah.
Hayden says, thanks for streaming. Oh, well, thanks for watching. I always appreciate having people watch, tune in.
Yeah.
And Kulcha says, I can't remember if CU Tiger was there or not, but my freshman year of college, a bunch of us dove off a bridge for some swimming. It was a long way, and I messed up my back for 2 days with a bad jump, and I remember it once in a while and feel lucky I didn't mess it up permanently.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yikes.
Yeah, that... Yeah, bridge... Ugh.
I know.
I mean, I love, like, jumping off of things into water because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, diving off of a bridge, like, that is a terrible idea. You don't want to go head first. But yeah, that is good that you didn't hurt yourself, Colchish. Migler says it was 2017 to 2018. Okay. Yeah, still somewhat recent though.
Yeah.
A couple years ago. Colchis says, also it makes me ashamed anytime someone says, if your friends all jumped off a bridge, it's you. Yeah. Yeah, well, that was, you know,
You learned your lesson and you can move on from it.
Yeah. Oh, Colchis says it must have been my sophomore year, actually. Well, still, sophomore year. And Hayden says, you guys have a lot of cool consoles to choose from. Yeah, so that's all Cookie and Argus's, their collection.
Yeah, well, so Argus, that's my husband. He pretty much likes to collect and then modify all of these old systems. So, like, with this game right now, like, I'm playing on a SP, but then it's, like, through the GameCube. Which we never even grew up with a GameCube. Like, me and Rice, like, the last system we had growing up was, like, a PlayStation 2. Mm-hmm. And then, like, in college, I'd gotten a Nintendo DS and a 3DS. But, yeah, we've got lots of things now, though. Like, lots of retro things that Argus is very proud to modify and make better.
Yeah. And CU Tiger and I we have a PS4. And we have a Switch, but we don't really play too much on the Switch. But... yeah, we use the PS4 quite a bit. And McLaren says that PT was interesting. They had to get me a wheelchair that fully reclined so state insurance would pay for it. Wow.
Oh, we've done this level before. Maybe. No, it was just really similar. Never mind. I take it back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
McLaren went from not walking to walking in 4 days. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
And McLaren says that his biggest issue now is stairs. I don't do stairs good. Yeah, well, that would be really bad news in my house because I have a split level, so...
There's stairs everywhere.
Stairs are everywhere. But, yeah, hopefully you don't have a split level. Oh, but McLaren has a basement where the washer-dryer is.
That stinks.
Oh, because Argus asked if you're in a one-story house or apartment.
Yeah.
And Hayden says that we have a dope setup for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do have a lot of really cool stuff.
That's why
and usually I'm there too.
Yeah, usually Rice is here with me when we stream, not with coronavirus stuff, but
yeah,
she'll be back someday. But Argus is hoping that he wants, like, for all of our, like, game consoles and stuff, he wants, like, nieces and nephews and stuff to, like, come over and get to play all these things. Because we're still thinking, like, you know, no kids for us, but, like, it just seems so selfish to keep all these fun systems to ourselves.
And Argus said to McLaren, nothing makes stairs easier than carrying a load of laundry. And McLaren says that his work building is 5 stairs, which is enough to be a pain in the butt, but not so many to be an issue. Yeah, 5 seems much more doable. Yeah, carrying laundry up and downstairs is the worst.
Yeah, we
And
have.
Hayden says your plan to share with the nieces and nephews is understandable.
Yeah.
Or maybe to not have kids.
Either way. I was gonna say though, for our apartment, because we just have a single floor. I mean, it's just a, you know.
Well, there's stairs to get into the building.
That's true, but like once you're in the apartment, like our laundry is in the bathroom, so it's all just one area. So like as long as you get in the building okay, then you're right. You gotta go up like 10 stairs to get up to our floor.
And McLaris's house is also elevated from the ground and needs 3 or 16 stairs depending on which entrance. Okay. Yeah, it sounds similar to my in-laws' house because like if you go in through the front, there's like this big ramping sidewalk and there's probably like 2 or 3 stairs there. But if you walk in through the garage, it's like a full set of stairs with no railing. But yeah, our house, we have like 2 steps to get to like the main floor, and then to get to the upstairs, it's like maybe another 12 steps. So it's not like a true split level where it's even stairs. But I never wanted to split level. It just happened. And Miller's house is built on a hill. Backyard has 2 flights of stairs to get there. Wow. It reminds me, or sounds kind of like Pittsburgh. Like we go to Pittsburgh every Christmas and like all the houses are in hills. You're either walking up hills, walking down hills, or, you know, the backyard is just a giant hill.
Race, I just wanted to alert you to the fact that now Ephraim and Irika are together. Twins back together at last. So you can feel good about that.
Yeah.
So that's partly why me and Argus decided that this should be the game we play next, because as far as Fire Emblem goes, this one has twins. So we're like, perfect for our stream.
Gotcha. Blossom says, ew, twins. And Miller said I didn't even want to buy the house. After my dad passed away, my mother wanted a project and she decided that she was buying a house for me and I will buy it from her.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That's an interesting setup to have.
Yeah. I mean, I could understand, like, wanting to do something big. Because, like, I don't know. That's a huge change.
Yeah.
McLaren says mortgage of mom. Yeah. Yeah, well, so I'm reading Under the Tuscan Sun. And so the main character, like, she went through a divorce and she started dating this other guy, and they're not married, but she decided that was kind of like when she bought the house in Tuscany, because she's like, I want something just for me and just to, like, you know, feel herself and whatever. So, and then the whole Eat, Pray, Love thing was after a divorce too. I mean, divorce isn't the same as a death, but you know, you're still losing the person you're closest to. Oh, and Argus says MOM, like capital M's for mortgage of mom.
Yeah.
And Hayden's asking, how is it using the Game Boy Advance as the controller and looking to TV, just like any other controller?
Yeah, pretty much. I will say, I had because we were doing this wirelessly for the past 2 weeks. And actually last week I was using a Game Boy Advance instead of the SP. It doesn't really matter because I'm not looking at the screen at all, so it doesn't matter that it's lit up. But there was some lag issues, so with it plugged in, I'm not having issues this week. Maybe it was plugged in last week too. I don't remember, but I'm not having issues today, which is cool.
Because Hayden was looking into getting a cable for his GameCube / Game Boy.
I see. Well, definitely you should talk, hopefully Argus answers you about that, because he's definitely the one that knows everything that's going on. Yeah, there he goes.
Oh yeah, Argus he's on it.
Good. But yeah, this is definitely like a big hobby of Argus's. He just always wants something like he does lots of modifications on like the Nintendo 64 and stuff. And he just wants to solder something. Like he was telling me the other day, he just wants a project to do. I'm like, you should just like, because one of my friends, he streams on Twitch, but like he uses an emulator. And so I was like, you should do his Nintendo 64 because he just plays Ocarina of Time all the time. But it turns out he doesn't, like, it's a whole thing where he doesn't have his N64 with him, so it'd be like a hassle to get it. But yeah, I told Argus, if this whole like becoming a professor thing doesn't work out, he should just modify video game systems and sell them back to people.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And McLaren says that his parents were married from July of 1972. I should really learn what your mom and dad were married. To May of 2016. Long time. They worked together for nearly the entire time. That is a really long time.
I feel like it was like 1981 or something when they got married.
It sounds right.
Something like that, yeah. I don't know the exact year.
And then Blossom is asking Argus if he has interest in the Mister, or is it too inconvenient if you like tinkering with things? And Argus is talking about whatever Mister stuff.
I mean, I think he got reinforcements. I think it's really cool that like Argus does these things, but like I have no desire at all to learn about like how he does it or anything,
Yeah.
But
yeah, one day CU Tiger and Kolchish they play Magic, and CU Tiger's like, you should play too. And I'm like, well, I'm not really interested. I think it's nice that you like to play and it's your thing.
Yeah.
And I'll just do whatever. Play some piano or read a book.
Yeah. I think that's a good way to go.
Oh. Yeah, so McLaren was asking what kind of professor Argus is, and Argus is math.
Yeah.
Teaches calculus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Calculus. I mean, Calc 2 is okay. Calc 3 kicked my butt.
Yeah, it kicked my butt too. I will say, like, I don't want to blame things on the professor, but the professor that taught me Calc 3 did not do a good job teaching it. And I don't like to blame the professor. Sure, I could have done more.
Bring it way down to my level.
Sure, I could have done more, but I do think, like, because the thing is, like, we were never really accountable for things. Like, every time we had a quiz, it was like, oh, but the quiz won't count, like, towards your grade. It's like, you take the quiz, so, like, why would I study for it? It's not going to count. And then, like, you learn, like, you go through the exam, so that you learn how to do the questions. And then for, like, the final, it was just that. And it's like, I feel like for me, that wasn't really how I should be learning.
Yeah, no, ours were just so hard. I mean, and the professors, they make the tests so that they're super challenging, too. And, like, with all the other Cornell people, like, I was lower. I was more bottom of the barrel, so I struggled real hard. But, I made it through. I graduated.
Yeah, that's what really matters.
And Blossom says that's a good example of why education is a joke. Also, take-home tests. Like that, what is that gonna teach me?
Yeah, I will say it depends on, like, what the class is. Because I feel like sometimes the take-home test could, like, if you have to really think it through and, like, all your materials, like, they can help you maybe get through it, but, like, it's not going to give you the answer. Like, you can't do a take-home, like, biology test, because, like, that wouldn't work. But if it's, like, a take-home, like, math test.
I had a take-home test that was, like, my Excel data modeling class. So we had a take-home test, and it was interesting because we only had to choose, like, 4 out of the 12 big problems to do. So, like, but they were big problems, and they took a long time, so that was why it was take-home, because you wouldn't do it in person. And then they were all like, oh yeah, don't cheat. bad things happen if you cheat. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't cheat. I'm sure people did, but
Yeah,
not
I
me.
mean, there's lots of cheating going on these days. Argus
Yeah.
has had to deal with that.
And McLaren said that his sister wanted to get into partial differential equations and never had a knack for it, so she shuffled into applied mathematics and got her BS there and moved on to engineering. Yep, I'm in engineering. And Cookie did math.
I did. Because my undergrad was, I had math, and then I also majored in environmental science.
Oh. My headphones are low on batteries. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'll have to charge them after this.
Yeah. But so me and I don't know. I saw someone had asked if someone had a master's. I don't know if they were talking to Argus or to us, but we can answer though. We both have masters.
Yeah. So I have a MBA. Cookie has.
It's a Master of Science in Evolution, Ecology, and Behavior. But I just say ecology because it's easier.
Okay.
And also because that's what my research was in.
Name.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and so McLaren says she got into engineering because she had a partial scholarship, learned her senior year that she could have had a full ride in math.
You know, it's a really good deal if you can get a full ride.
Yeah, Cookie had a scholarship for math. And I did engineering for my bachelor's. And McLaren said, I didn't know you guys had your master's. Yep. I got it. I graduated from college, worked for a year at the state DOT, said,
in Ohio. Because McLaren is a fellow Ohioan for a little while.
And then I was like, that's not for me. So then I went and got my MBA and then worked as a cost estimator at an architecture firm because I decided that business wasn't for me either. And then I decided, you know what, maybe that engineering job at the DOT was the place for me. So now I'm at the New York State DOT.
And for me,
funny how things go in a circle.
I had, because I had finished undergrad and I was like, I guess it was during my junior year. I was like, I have no idea what I want to do for a job. And so I was like, you know what, more education will never hurt me. So I decided to get a master's, and I really liked ecology, so that's what I studied, and I was able to, honestly, like, if you can go and get a master's for, like, where they pay you, and, like, you get your tuition waived, and they pay you a stipend for, like, TAing, that's totally the way to go. That's what I did, and it was great. And that's what Argus is doing. Well, he's doing a PhD, though, so it's, like, taking way longer, but...
Yeah, and McLaren said that he didn't realize that we worked at the DOT.
Yep.
Yeah, so I work as an engineer in the traffic and safety group. So basically, I look at crash history and I plot them into, like, you know, a diagram, a crash diagram. And then I make safety recommendations. Sometimes, and I do site visits. So sometimes it's like, oh, like these signs are all faded, we need to replace them. Other times it's like, oh, this 4-lane roadway would really be better off as a 2-way or a 2-lane divided highway with a turning lane in the middle. So that's what I do.
Yeah, and for me, I do, so I work in the environmental group. And so, there's lots of different disciplines in environmental that you have to consider when you're, like, constructing the road or doing any road project. So, my job, like, I don't specialize in anything. I pretty much just, like, review reports, and I make sure that, like, as we're going through the process, we're following all the environmental laws and stuff. It's pretty boring, but, and sometimes I get tired about reading about roads. I don't know if you ever get that. But,
well, why do you think I left the Ohio DOT? I was young and I'm like, I need something exciting.
I will say it is pretty boring, but, like, it is such a great job. And, like, every single day I'm, like, so thankful that I have my job. I love it. Even though it's boring, I love it.
Oh, and back a while ago, I just said, Dr. Argus sounds good. And so Blossom says, the crashogram. Yep, good old crash diagrams. Odessa says that he knows nothing about higher education, but I've heard something about professors make you work for them to get your PhD. I think that sounds about right. Argus, is that about right?
I mean, he's been like a TA for most of the time. But I mean, he's also done like a lot of research with his advisor, but his advisor's like super cool. And he like told all of his students like, hey, you guys should take like a week off and not do any work. But it sounds like he's got a good advisor every time I hear about him.
Migler says that his sister works for an agricultural company that's paying her to attend masters. They give her time off to attend school meetings and pay for her flights and lodging, and will do it until her last semester. She has to pay for her last semester's lodging, but they'll pay 60% of her salary as an intern while she takes a semester sabbatical, but they'll pay the tuition. Wow.
That's pretty nice.
Argus says it right. That sounds like an awesome deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, I mean, I got my MBA, and no MBA program pays you to do it, because like you do an MBA so that you can work in business and make money. So like you're not doing research or anything. You're not, doing any of that. So, I went to UB, which is the state school in Buffalo, one of the state schools. So the tuition was super affordable, but like some days I'm like, why'd I even do that? But it did make me really good at Excel, and I did make this awesome spreadsheet for my traffic and safety group, and my boss uses it and he loves it. So, it wasn't all for nothing.
Yeah. And I feel like at the very least, it gives you a different experience. Like, I don't think that anything in life is like a huge waste of time,
Right.
Unless it's like me where I'm researching something, I don't buy something and then I have to redo it. But it's like, that's a small thing.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely learned stuff from it, and I grew as a person and whatnot. But, as far as, like, I could have been just staying in Ohio working for the DOT this whole time.
Yeah.
I just took the road less traveled. And Migler says that she's at MIT and is an out-of-state student that's not cheap.
Oh, no. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, one of my sister-in-laws went to MIT. But yeah, MIT it's a good school for sure.
Yeah.
And it's funny because when I was at Cornell, like so many people were like, "Oh yeah, I also applied to like Harvard and Yale, Dartmouth and MIT and like all these other super smart schools." I'm like, "Oh, that's nice."
That's okay. I mean,
So I'm like, yeah, I applied to Cornell and all state schools. So, Cornell was my reaching school, where everyone else was like, oh yeah, Cornell was my safety school. I'm like,
that's
what?
Insane. Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. Not that I don't know where I would have, like, after you go to school, you realize, like, maybe I should have applied somewhere else. I don't even know where I feel like I should have applied, but I feel like I probably should have applied somewhere else. Because the way it was, like, based on the schools I applied to, I wanted to go to a small school, but then, like, after visiting a couple small schools and, like, I'd already applied, I was like, I've made a huge mistake. Because some of the schools I applied to, they only have, like, 2,000 people. Like, that's tiny. And I mean, like, that's fine. Like, for some people, that's, like, a better environment and stuff. But I think for me, like, being around more people, I think is more helpful for me kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I ended up going to the biggest school that I applied to, which it had, like, 7,000 with grad students or something. So not big at all. But, like, at least it was bigger than those other ones.
Right.
But it's all right. It all worked out.
Yeah, I think Cornell, they have 13,000 undergrad and 7,000 grad, so like about 20 total.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's quite bigger than where you went, but it's not like Ohio State or somewhere like that. Yeah. But that was all my other schools. All my other schools
they were all
huge
schools.
Yeah. Maylara said she got into MIT for her undergrad, but my folks couldn't afford it, so she went to a state school. That's my brother's story. He says that she recently commented on that it's always been her dream to get an MIT degree, and she's doing it now. Yeah, because Argus said seems like it worked out just fine.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So our brother, he also applied to Cornell and got in, but with he was the oldest kid, and for when he applied, I think our parents were making more money than when I went. So he got like a terrible fund. Do you hear that? Can you hear me still?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. I could hear you, Rice. Maglaris was accepted to Iowa State and University of Iowa and never wanted to leave the family initially. Yeah, I think her battery was dying too.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I always could hear you. Yeah, because like for me, part of the thing was when I was picking schools, I didn't want to pick somewhere that was too far away from my parents' house because I was just thinking like, you know, anytime there's a holiday and I've got to go home, I don't want to have to drive like 5 hours or something. So
can you hear me now?
Yeah,
can you hear me now?
I could hear you the whole time.
I couldn't hear you though.
Oh, okay. Anyways,
no, but I was gonna say, so our brother, so he got a full ride to UB to Buffalo. But yeah, Cornell, he was gonna have to pay a whole lot more, and so he went to UB. But
he really wanted to go to Cornell.
Well, I don't know if he really wanted. Like, I don't know if it like. I mean, I think he would have liked to go, but like, I don't know. Our mom, she's always like, "Oh, Dr. Waffle would have." She's like, "I think he would have really done well at Cornell." I'm like. And I was always like, well, that's nice, Mom. But,
and you're like, thanks, Mom. I did really well at Cornell.
Yeah. So, yeah. But, yeah, so I always think about that. I'm like, oh, like, you know, because I got a really good financial package. But yeah, I knew that he didn't. So,
yeah.
It was a twist of fate that he wasn't able to go. But.
Anyways, for me, for picking schools, like I said, I didn't want to be too far away from my parents. And also, I didn't want to go to too big of a school. Those were pretty much my things. And then also my third thing was that I didn't want to go to the same school as any of my siblings. And that was actually
what was your first one?
That I didn't want to go somewhere that was too far away. So I didn't want to drive like 5 hours to come home for holidays and stuff.
Right.
Which is kind of a silly thing, but at the same time, like, you need to draw the line somewhere. Because otherwise, it's like, if I were considering every single school in the United States or something, like, that's way too many. I'm really indecisive.
Yeah, and McLaris was accepted to Iowa State and University of Iowa. So are you from Iowa originally? And McLaris says, that's awesome. My folks paid for my older sister and younger sister, but there wasn't much money for me, so I ended up going to community college. Gotcha. Yeah, our parents, they contributed for everybody, but we all had student loans except our brother.
Yeah, because he got a full ride.
Yeah, but, I mean, our loans weren't bad. Our older sister, she had worse loans.
Yeah.
And McLaris grew up in Iowa, born and raised. All right. Nice. I actually don't know much about Iowa.
Me neither. There's a lot of corn, I think. Maybe.
Is it flat? Pretty sure it's flat.
No, I only say there's
flat too.
Well, so
wait, I was gonna go through my criteria for.
Okay, let's hear it.
So I wanted to go to a school. So I didn't know if I wanted to do engineering or architecture. So I only applied to schools that had both, and of course those were all big schools. So I just applied to Ohio State, Penn State, and UB. And then our mom was like, well, why don't you apply to Cornell too? And I was like, but you have to take the SAT subject test. I don't want to do that. But I did because our mom was like, oh, but sometimes private schools give really good financial aid. So I was like, yeah, whatever. Okay. So I applied begrudgingly, and then I got in, and we did the tour, and I loved it. And I'm like, oh, I'm totally going to Cornell. Well, only after the financial package came in and it was good. Otherwise, I was going to go to UB. But then I also kind of wanted to be at my own school, so that was kind of why I didn't want to go to either UB or Ohio State. I loved Penn State, but it was so expensive, so I was like, nope, not doing it. And McLaris didn't move out of the house until he was 24. Nice. See you, Tiger. I think he was also 24. Because he lived on his own for a little bit after college, but then he moved back in with his parents because he got a job down in that area. So, yeah, and then he didn't move out until we had been together for a little over a year, and I moved up to Buffalo for business school, and he's like, you know what, I'll move too. So that was when he moved out. But actually, that's similar to, well, the Failure to Launch movie that I watched a couple weeks ago. I mean, different because he was like mid-30s and still living with his parents. But yeah, that was the girl got him out of the house, which I guess that was me for See Tiger. McLaris told his folks that he was moving out in college with some buddies, and then they renovated the basement for you. Nice for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have never had, like, I've always wanted a finished basement. Our basement growing up was like scary. It's
not as bad as Argus's parents' basement, which sounds crazy, but theirs is bad.
I find that hard to believe.
Theirs is really bad. I'll take pictures next time I'm there.
Okay. My basement at this house is definitely better, but it has like some old like linoleum tile, and I mean it's definitely not finished, but it's not super scary. It was actually one of the selling points for me that it wasn't a super scary basement. Well, because I went into one of the houses I looked at, like I was in the basement and I hit my head on a pipe. And like, I mean, I'm tall, but it's like, I shouldn't hit my head on things. Like, I don't want to have to duck when I'm in the basement. And Argus's dad has been working on cleaning it up.
Oh, but basement. You can only do so much with that basement. I don't know.
Yeah. And McLaris's basement was nearly finished, but was never finished so that the city didn't increase the property value. Yeah, because otherwise, doesn't it count it as part of the square footage? Because yeah, when the sheets, like the papers for our house said that the basement was finished, and we're like, why does this say the basement is finished? Because it's clearly not.
In your house?
Yeah.
But your basement's pretty nice.
No, but it's not finished.
I mean, I would kind of call it finished.
No,
like
a finished basement.
It has like a nice floor and stuff.
No, I don't know what the actual requirements for a finished basement are, but it doesn't meet the requirements. It's not technically a finished basement. McLaris says, yeah, and the taxes increased dramatically. Yeah. Darn taxes. Yeah, apparently the school district that's like just south of where I am, the taxes are astronomically more. I'm like, oh, good thing we got our house where we did.
You know, I didn't realize it's like 8:30. I can save at any time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe you should then.
Okay.
Once you get to a good point. McLaris says that in Iowa, requirements are finished flooring, drywall, and ceiling. We got drywall, electrical, ceiling, and concrete floor. Okay. Yeah, ours, the ceiling is exposed. Yeah, I guess. Well, and we have concrete. What are they called? We have like a masonry wall, so we don't have drywall on the walls. Yeah, I kind of like that the floor's exposed, or the ceiling's exposed, because I read somewhere about how you can try and get wooden floors to stop creaking, and it involves like being at the floor beneath and doing something. I forgot, it's been a while. But I was like, oh, well, maybe we should look into doing that so that maybe the living room floor doesn't squeak.
Okay, yeah. I think that could be worthwhile.
And Argus says the boss shouldn't move, so you can use the pirate to attack one of those two.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering about that. You sure he's not gonna move?
Yeah, Megler says you can shim them or you can nail them down better. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll try and put some shims in there. And Argus says usually bosses that are on thrones don't move.
I see. Alright, I figure we'll just go through this enemy phase of the turn and then we'll stop.
Okay. Oh yeah, Archer.
I know. He's great.
Yeah. Oh no.
He'll be alright. Alright. You know, I'm kind of mad the way I have this set up, just because we have this huge line of people that are literally doing nothing.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's fine. Yeah. Alright, so we'll stop there for today.
Yeah, Megler says I thought you guys were streaming late.
Well, because we had started this battle and we're like, yeah, we can stop at any time because we can save. Well, Argus, you said this auto-saves, right? So I don't see a save up. Maybe it's...
Well, and
it's in suspend? Okay.
Argus says that the people in the long line doing nothing, they're doing the conga.
Yeah. Okay, so we can... Yeah, this will save it according to Argus. Okay, so we resume the chapter and then we can finish the battle.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, I had just lost track of time, so yeah, we didn't mean to get this far in the battle.
But then I was like, well, I don't want to just leave while Cookie's still playing, and plus, you know, we were talking to McLaris and Adesso.
Mm-hmm.
And why can't I find the name? Oh, Hayden too.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the stream for today.
Yep. Thank you all for watching, and we'll be back again next week.
Yep. And I know I said this last week, but I think me and Argus... Actually, no. Maybe we're not playing this weekend. We haven't played... Because we've been playing Zelda...
You haven't played in a while.
Link's Awakening, but we haven't played for maybe like 2, maybe 3 weeks now. But I actually think we're doing another virtual party. I feel like I'm busier than what I was before all this social distancing stuff. But yeah, so we'll be back next Wednesday.
Yeah, we'll definitely be back next Wednesday. McLaren says it's wonderful to talk to us, and hopefully he'll catch us next week.
All right, yeah, that sounds good.
We'll be here anyways.
Yeah, we'll be here. All right, well, thank you all for watching.
So everyone stay safe.
Yep, bye.
Bye.